Sci-fi has never really been my thing, but this weekend I had the opportunity to check out a really interesting story starring John David Washington, the creator. It's time to talk about it. Let's go. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Klepcx FM, brought to you by CritiX.com, a place where we talk about movies, television, and pop culture. If you're into that kind of thing, make sure you hit that subscribe key and that notification bell so y'all can be up to speed about everything that I talk about here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I have had the opportunity to check out this brand new sci-fi film starring none other than John David Washington. That's right. And not only him, we've got Allison Janney and newcomer Melanie Yuna Voiles. I hope I'm not butchering that name because this girl is phenomenal. We're going to talk about that in a bit. But first, let's talk about what the creator is. Now, the creator, brought to us by Gareth Edwards, a lot of you may know, was the director of Rogue One, and he also did Godzilla 2014, I believe it was. So the guy's got some chops when it comes to sci-fi films, and I'm not gonna lie. What did I think about this film? I really thought that this film not only teaches us something, it entertains as well, and it moves us in a way where you will continuously care about the characters and their journey throughout the entire third act of this film. Something that I said when I posted my out of the theater reaction, it manages to kind of pull you in emotionally in a way that I didn't really think that I was going to connect. Like I said, I'm not really big on sci-fi films, but this film entertained me throughout, even though it felt really long. I never felt like I was being forced to sit in my seat. It really pulls you in almost immediately when the film starts, and it doesn't tend to drag at all until the interesting parts during like the third act. Like during the third act, you'll feel like, wow, this movie's still going, but I didn't feel like hurry up and be over with. That's when it really pulls you in emotionally because you've spent all this time kind of building up to the climax of the film emotionally and connecting with these characters as the story goes on. So kudos to Gareth for managing that with me. It might be different for you, but for me, I really was engaged with this film and the characters. I want to talk about the characters, specifically the standout in this film. Allison Janney does well. She's phenomenal in everything that she does, but she plays a rough around the edges kind of boss, leader of the mission kind of thing in this film, and she really brings a texture to this film that's well deserved and well needed for the heroes. But my overall standout in this film, and I mean, you probably wouldn't have guessed it because of the trailer, would have to go to Melanie Yuna Voiles, the young girl in this film, who I'm not even gonna lie, did not know this was a young girl in the trailer. Like, you don't ever allude to that, not to my knowledge, but throughout the film you find out, yes, it's a young woman in this, well, a little girl in this movie. She's giving me Golden Child vibes. Like, I'm watching her interactions and her behaviors and her mannerisms, and her chemistry with John David Washington's character, and it's really bringing me back to that, what was it, 1987? Eddie Murphy, The Golden Child, classic film. If you have not seen it, please check it out. It's one of his best. But that's like the energy that I'm getting when I'm watching this young lady act, and she's hitting all the beats emotionally, and playing this robot and still being able to bring those emotional beats. I found that to be the most interesting thing about this movie, and how just how they brought it to life and brought it to the screen. It was probably the most interesting thing about the movie that kept me engaged, was following the journey of that character, the robot. I'm trying to remember what they name Alfie. That's the name that they give the character in the movie. Without too many spoilers, I don't spoil things for you guys. But yeah, overall, ladies and gentlemen, I thought The Creator was a really solid film. Like I said, I'm not into sci-fi, but this for some reason pulled me in. I'm a very big John David Washington fan. I think he's like one of my favorite actors today. Do I think this is the one for him? This isn't the one. Like, he has yet to have that breakout role where we are like, yo, he's here. Because I love Tenet. Tenet I thought was cool. This one is good, but it's still not that one. I'm waiting for that one. And you guys know what I mean when I say that one breakout role. But it's a good film. Another one for him to throw up on the shelf and say, listen, I accomplished that. He's building his resume. He's building his way up. I think he's going to be a blockbuster guy by next year, a big blockbuster guy by next year, because this movie shows potential that he can do that and carry film. Still gives me a little bit of creepiness when I hear him talk. When I hear his voice, he sounds so much like his dad. But overall, I thought the film was pretty entertaining. I thought they pulled it off. Little lengthy. For most people may think it's a little lengthy, but it was still pretty entertaining story and a very, very compelling message about society and how we are and where we're headed and where we could possibly end up if you really pay attention to those beats. Guys, let me know. Are you excited to see The Creator? Have you seen The Creator? What did you think? Are you on par with what I'm saying, or am I out of my mind? Let me know. Drop a comment below. Like, comment, share. Make sure you subscribe. And for more movie news, television news, and pop culture, please check out wearecritics.com. And I will talk to you all later. Peace.